Hello, yes, it's another Commander Lucosa Elite Dangerous video. This one is of the 1.2 beta, which has just had another update. So we're now up to 1.2 beta 3. And since I haven't played beta 3, I'll be interested to see what differences, if any, there are. Now, there's no point in going through my stats and everything because they're irrelevant for this. They are pretty much the level that I was at about 4 or 5 days ago. Although they have changed a little bit, because you may have noticed I am in an Anaconda. And the reason I'm in this ship is because I wanted to try out either the Vulture or the Fer-de-Lance, but none of the docking stations I've been to have them. So I thought, fuck it, I may as well try a different ship. And seeing as in beta version of 1.2 all ships cost 100 credits, it gives you a pretty good chance to try them all out. And after selling my heavily upgraded Python, I had 99 million credits, so I was able to upgrade the Anaconda a fairly decent amount. So I'll show you what I've got. I forgot to reload me. Actually, I can't remember what it is I had to reload. Oh well. Anyway, I'll show you what my Python looks like. It's got quite a conservative loadout, to be honest. So we have the class 4 cannon in the huge hardpoint. The large hardpoints are taken up with the class 3 cannon here. My obligatory dual gimbal beam lasers in the other two. The two medium hardpoints, their location means they are perfect for turrets. So I shoved class 2 multi-cannon turrets in the two medium hardpoints, and then the small hardpoints I got a missile rack here, and then I shoved a mining laser on the other one, just in case. And as far as the utility mounts, 8 of them on this fucking thing. So I have the ECM here, that's, you know, well, pretty much just taking up a space, especially when you look at what else I've got here. Heat sink launcher there. I thought I might have heat problems. As it is, I don't have anything like any heat problems. This thing runs perfectly fine as a result of my rather conservative weapons loadout. TAF launcher for the obvious. Point defense turret. Now I've got one there because I thought it would be a good place to put it, but I've also got a second up front here. So now I should be relatively safe from missiles, but I think I've put this one in a bit of a crappy place. It should really go somewhere on the underside. So in fact I'm going to do that. I'm going to swap it with my kill warrant scanner there. There you go, so the second one is on the underside, so now I should be okay from both sides. So I have the kill warrant scanner there, I also have a frameshift weight scanner. And then there's this, the shield booster, which does what it says on the tin really. This is one of the new utilities, and this boosts the power of your shields. And some cunt outside has decided to put their radio on while fucking about with their car. Fuck off, you wanker. Anyway, I'll try to carry on without being distracted by that cunt. So anyway, yes, so the shield booster, you don't actually have to do anything with them, and they seem to boost your shields automatically. And so for this beta, they're all rated, or they all cost just 100 credits again. So I'll shove one of them on to try it out, and of course I went with the A grade one. Might as well go for the top one. And I haven't yet had the chance to see what difference it makes yet, but it should make a difference. Now in terms of my internals, you'll be surprised to hear, okay, this place doesn't even have them for an Anaconda, but no, I haven't changed them, still on the lightweights. I have a C8 power plant which is giving me 30 megawatts, that's plenty. Thrusters are at C7. Phase shift drive, I meant to make sure I got the A rated one for that, so 8.6 for that. D5 naturally for life support. Power distributor, I had to make sure I got an A rated one for that, so the A8 for that. Sensors are D8. I could do with bumping them up a bit actually, but I don't fancy 256 tons of mass just for fucking sensors. 160 for the C's, and therefore that's what the A's will be as well, is not much better. And they would send my jump range plummeting. So yeah, I think I'll stick with the D's after all. Fuel tank I haven't changed. Shield generator, I've got a C7. You originally start off with an E6, but because of all the equipment I've shoved on, I figured that a class 7 is necessary. There's my 5 cargo racks giving me a cargo capacity of 256 tons. Shield cell bank is an A5. The fuel scoop is an A4. That's very handy, the A4 one. Refinery is only a C4. I didn't really see the need of going to the expense of a B or an A4, because all they give you is additional different number of fuck it, I'll say the different number of what do you fucking call them, refinery bins, that's it. I think this one has given me either 8 or 9 or 7, so I mean 7 is more than enough. So yeah, so I've got one of those. And then the detailed surface scanner and advanced discovery scanner. I mean, the detailed surface scanner is only a class 1 and it's taking up a class 4 slot, so it really does feel like it's wasting that slot. But I mean, if you're going to have the detailed surface scanner and an advanced discovery scanner, you are going to waste the class 4 slot, so can't really be avoided. So that's the internals. I'm going to shove on me decals. So trade broker, explorer. So alright. It's saying I purchased something. I didn't. All I did was move them around. So I've now got to figure out where they fucking go. Kill warrant scanner, so that goes there. So I've got 6 fucking fire groups, which is not ideal, but can't really be helped. So that's how the main weapons anyway are done. The beam lasers are always going to be the primary, and then the projectiles are my secondary, with the 2 cannons there. And the multi-cannons, of course, they don't need to be set in a fire group, but this way I can keep an eye on the amount of arrow they're going through. And then for the second fire group is where the missile rack is. So now I just need to redo my modules. Life support is staying at 1. Missile rack goes up to 3, or down to 3 I should say. The mining laser, actually the mining laser will stay at 5. So and then the ones that switched around, and I think that is everything. Yep, there we go. So what I'll do is I'll head to yeah, can't see it yet, but I'll head to the resource extraction site, do a bit of bounty hunting, possibly a bit of mining, and also of course to show you the differences between well 1.2 and the version that is currently available. So let's head to the surface and get ready to go. Now to date, and this is only about the third time I've played this version, but to date I've not only not found a vulture or a further lance in the docking stations, you know, to buy in the shipyards rather. I've not even seen them in the game yet. Now I know they are in it, but I haven't spotted them. So let's see if we can actually find some of these bastard things. Now I have to say, for a ship of its size, the old Anaconda actually handles fairly well. Just as in fact, doesn't handle that much differently to how it did in the Beta 1 when I had one. Although I have fitted, you know, quite a few upgrades to it. They no doubt are helping. There's the resource extraction site. The one looks like it's on the dark side of the planet. That one does look much better. Okay, I'll go back to the first one. Right. Now, before we head off there, let's take you around some of the new features. And the most obvious difference that you can see is here with the communications. Now, whereas before if you press 2 it just shows you everything all at once, now it's you have to select it all, and personally I'm not a fan of it. I don't like this layout. Now by default when you press 2 the text part is already set up like this, so you have to type away and then you have to press escape to get out of it in order to then use Q and E to shift along between each tab. This one will allow you to communicate to any of the ships, which will, well, actually any of your friends who are online, and at the moment, which is hardly surprising given the time, none of mine are. This one I think it's a bit of a waste of time, to be honest. This is basically all your friend requests and shit like that, which you would be able to deal with on the title page. Now all of these people who have sent me friend requests, I haven't got a clue who they are, and despite the fact that I've asked countless times for people to let me know who they are before sending me friend requests, as far as I'm aware none of these people have, so I haven't got a clue who any of them are, and therefore I haven't answered any of them. And this one sets up your options for this section, so you can switch off, like, you know, text messages from like local. You can automatically decline all voice requests, and you can switch off any messaging from people within your wing, and then of course also switch off all text messaging directly from other players. And this one, it would appear that by default wing voice comm requests are automatically accepted, so I changed that to off because I hardly ever use voice comms, so it would be a bit pointless me doing that. So that's how the new comms work. Am I a fan of them? Not really. To me it's like change just for the sake of change. There doesn't really seem to be any point behind it. It doesn't have any real practical use. It's just making it needlessly complicated, and I think a lot of people who are playing the game now, when 1.2 becomes the de facto version, they are going to be, you know, bloody confused as to what this thing does, especially when it's set in the at the default, which is that when you press that, you automatically have the texting, and then you're pressing 2 to try and close it, and it doesn't do anything. So, and of course, Frontier Development's usual routine of total silence means you're going to be doing a lot of trial and error to figure out how to use the fucking thing. So I'm not a fan of that. The next change that you should have noticed by now is the heat. As you will see next to the radar, the heat is still there, but now I'm registering just 27%, which in version 1.1 will be close to freezing. 27% is extremely low, whereas now it's pretty much the norm. In fact, if anything, it's a bit higher than normal. And you'll notice these three, I mean, I can't really point them out, but towards just past halfway actually, and then towards the top, you'll see that there are these three like bars here. The bottommost bar is showing where 100% is, and when heat enters 100% now, it will start to damage your modules. As it keeps going up, if it enters the second area, which is 160%, it will start to do damage to the bulkheads. And I'm pretty sure that if it then reaches the third bar there, that's game over. Oh god. I had to take my pills there. So right, so that's how the heat is done. Now when I hyperspace to another system, I'll show you about how that works while I'm fuel scooping. Now another new feature is the external camera, or the debug camera as it's called. Now to access this, you have to press Control Alt and Space, and it's not working. So now Control Alt Space isn't doing a fucking thing. Does that mean that one of the updates in Beta 3 is that camera has now been switched off? That is fucking cuntish if they have. Let me just see if I can find it in the options, because if they've disabled it, that's going to piss off a lot of people. It will piss me off and all. Oh, that there is the option that I was talking about that I've now switched to off, which is when you enable a comms panel, the text chat will automatically start. That's Galaxy map, and that's so it looks like there's no mention of the external camera, so I haven't got a clue what they fucking done there, but I'm doing Control Alt Space and it's not doing anything, whereas previously it did. So something seems to be up there. So in fact what I'm going to do, I'm going to pause the video here, and I'm going to see if I can find what's happened to it. So for the moment that's this one done, and I will be back when I've found that out. Right, I'm back again. Now I found out what the problem was. The problem is that one of the updates in the 1.2 beta 3 is that it now gives you the option finding your own key to starting the camera. The trouble is that, well, certainly on mine anyway, it had no key binds for it, so I couldn't use it. So anyway, let's get out of the way again. Enters the camera. Now don't worry about the mouse moving around. That's just moving the camera, not the ship itself. So we now use the same controls that you use for movement. So S pulls away, W eventually moves you in. So it works like the throttle. And then A and D moves left to right, R up, F down, Q moves you side to side, E. So you can get any number of views. Now of course you can't control your ship while you're in this view, which I have no problem with. This is somewhat like how it was in Frontier and presumably in First Encounters. So that's how it works in this anyway. And for some reason my ship is now coming to a complete halt. So anyway, let's get the
Frameshift drive charging. 4, 3, 2, 1, engage.
Now what I'm hoping, because the Vulture and Further Lance seem to be geared towards bounty hunters, there will be some here. Oh, now there's another difference here. These signal sources, the unidentified ones, there are some which are a bit different. This weak signal source here, and there's also one which is a strong signal source. The weak signal sources tend to be very small things like cargo canisters floating around or debris of a destroyed ship. A strong signal source will mean it's either one large ship or several smaller ships. So now you've got a semi-rough idea of what to expect when you arrive at an unidentified signal source. Except now a lot of them are no longer coming up as unidentified. There are still some that come up unidentified, and with those you are still playing a bit of a guessing game, but the weak ones and the strong ones you've got a pretty good idea of what you're going to find. So in my case, if I come up to, if I see a weak one, I know to just ignore it. Warning I was getting appeared in the info directly in front. Again, that seems to be a bit of a sort of change for the sake of change. I don't really see the point in it myself. It's the same with the proxy warning, that also comes from the same place, so it appears in that bar next to info. A few other changes are there are a lot more audible warnings, so you get this wick coming up when you are, when your tracing drive cool down period is started and when it's finished. You'll also get another audible warning when you enter or leave mass lock.
Target shields offline. Under attack. Target destroyed. Scan detected. Under attack. Scan detected. Target shields offline. Under attack. Target destroyed.
I wasn't showing as one. Somehow get to a neutral system. That's the nearest fucking one as far as I can tell. Okay, here we go.
Fuel scooping complete.
So that's how the heat level in my heat is 7. It's now going down slightly.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
How much it's going to cost me.
Frameshift drive charging.
They're playing 1.2 proper. But at the moment it looks like going bounty hunting in a construction site in a fucking
4,
waste of time.
3, 2, 1, engage. Fuel scooping.
One docking station here, and that's a fucking. So I can't do anything here. I'll scan it now, I can. That's all I'm doing now.
Fuel scooping complete. Fuel scooping.
Okay, yeah, well, I'll break it up there. Been there before. Pretty sure it's alright. Yeah, okay, it's normal right completely. Okay, I won't go to that station, I'll go to the Sagari station. Alright. Where's it gone? There it is. For fuck's sake. Right, this is really starting to fuck me off now. But even this close it won't fucking stay up. Right, I'll go straight there.
Frameshift drive charging. Four, 3, 2, 1, engage. Fuel scooping. Fuel scooping complete. Fuel scoop disengaged.
So essentially with this version, it's a few small steps forward, things like the heat and the new that is okay, 1,387 credits reward, and having all of the security ships shooting you, and if you fire back you can become wanted. Otherwise, well, you're not wanted, but you can hang around and they'll just shoot at you all day until they finally destroy you. So at the moment, this beta version is fucking taking the piss, really. It's shit.
Docking request granted. Scan detected.
This is quite unlucky going a bit on that time. I'm playing version 1.2. I'm not going to bother with version 1.2 because, like I say, nothing I do here counts towards me in the final game. I'd rather be playing, playing it knowing that what I do
Landing gear deployed.
amounts to something. On top of that, I have no wish to be playing a version where you get shot up for, playing the game normally. Because that's fucking bullshit. I'm sure I'm nowhere near the ground. I'm just on the top of this one.
Docking successful. Engines disengaged.
Right, well, the repairs are nowhere near as bad as I thought. Right, let's go and get this fucking, I'll get the tank sorted out. This combat, not the combat part market, it's in here, the trade dividends. That is if you are in a wing, you can head there and you get a percentage of whatever the other ships in your wing have sold off for their trade. So whatever profit they've made, you get 5% per ship. Let's see what they've got here. They've got 5. None of them are the new ones. So once again I'm at a station where they've got none of the new ships available. So, well, there you go. Anyway, that's a look at beta version of Elite Dangerous 1.2. A few new features, some work better than others, so I'm not a fan of this. And then there's the enormous step backwards because once again they brought in the whole bullshit thing about, well, they haven't brought it in, but they fucked it up and brought in the whole bullshit thing about the security forces shooting you because you've blown up a rocket ship near them. So it's bollocks really, and they've got a lot of work to do. If they bring it out with that bug still going, the backlash is going to be enormous, and I'll be one of them. So there you go. That's Elite Dangerous 1.2 Beta 3. Fucking bollocks. So there you go. This is Commander Koza saying tied up with this fucking thing, and the next videos will be back to the game that actually works. There we go. Right, well, having just listened back to the second part of this video, it's rather obvious that something certainly didn't work properly, because I could barely be heard. Some would call that a blessing, but that did also rather defeat the whole purpose of the video. Nevertheless, I can't be asked to play any more of the 1.2 beta, because it's pretty obvious that the thing is completely fucked up. So basically I'm doing this one to act as like my summing up. So far a lot of the changes seem to be done just for the sake of change. This part here I think is fucking awful, and I don't like it, and it's also rather pointless to me. It's made what should be simple something that's rather needlessly complicated. I do like the fact that you now have a rough idea what to expect in areas, you know, unidentified signal sources, thanks to either the weak or the strong signals. So that I think's okay. I think the new items for your ship, you know, the shield booster and the hull reinforcements or whatever, if they're working, it's hard to tell. I mean, I did have about 5 security fighters all firing on me, so that might explain why my shields went down, but as far as I could tell, it didn't seem to do anything, so I haven't got a clue if it's working. But I mean, there's nothing in fire groups utilities for it, so I can only assume it's automatic. So yeah, it must have been powered up or something. It just didn't seem to do a lot. It didn't make a great deal of difference. So I don't know, maybe it's not so great, but the idea is there. It's just not working very much. But everything else seems to be changed for the sake of change. I mean, putting in the audible warnings, yeah, okay, I guess that could be useful, you know, like being able to hear when you're no longer mass locked or when you are mass locked. And yeah, okay, so that one's fairly useful. Well, the rest of it, having the impact warning move to, you know, the info panel, and, you know, the proxy warning move there, well, why? It didn't need it. And I say, likewise, this is changed for the sake of change, and it's not very good at all. But I mean, the worst thing is, okay, it's taken a few very tiny steps forward, but then it's taken one enormous fucking leap backwards with the return of this fucking bullshit bug that, you know, I thought had gone, which is that security ships start firing on you even though you're not wanted, because you've destroyed a wanted ship and got bounty for it. And checking the forums, a lot of people have been reporting it, and not just because they've you know, destroyed a wanted ship. Quite a few of them had security ships firing on them for no reason whatsoever, because they had left the docking station they were at, and that was enough reason for security ships to open fire on them. So it's fucking bollocksed up big time. And yeah, it's just fucking bullshit. So I say, I'm not likely to be bothering with you know, 1.2 beta very much anyway, because I'd rather be playing it and knowing that what I'm doing is actually counting towards my progress. Not only that, but I don't want to get too used to flying an Anaconda and then, you know, going back to my actual game and thinking, oh god, now I'm in a shitty Python. You know, a Python is not a you know, shitty ship. It's just it doesn't really compare to an Anaconda. So yeah, I'm not likely to bother too much with Beta 3. There are plenty of people who will, so they can fucking sort out the bugs and that. I can't be arsed. I'd rather play the game as it should be. So there you go. So anyway, that is Elite Dangerous 1.2 beta. I think it's bollocks, and the few good points about it, and there are only a few, are including the welcome return of the fact you can see in terms of figures how much fuel you are using per hour, so at least they brought that back. But yeah, those few improvements are completely overshadowed by the bullshit bugs that has returned and this fucking thing which I can't stand. The external camera is pretty good, I'll give them that, but yeah, that's it. So there you go. So this definitely is the end of this video, and yeah, I'll be going back to 1.1 for well, for as long as it's still around. So there you go. Right, that's definitely the end of this one. This is Commander Lucosa signing off.